time on Roadkill, we're taking my radical Jeep out of mothballs and road tripping to Moab, Utah with Mike Cotton to see Dave Chappelle.
I broke it. I'll admit it. I broke it.
Freiberger here with my lovely and talented co-host for this episode, Mike Cotton. He's from the Faster show that's on Motor Trend, and also we did that Roadkill together with the Pro Street Murata.
Which was a lot of fun. That road trip was really good.
Which is why yesterday, when Finnegan got sick and couldn't make the episode, I'm like, Cotton, do you want to come make a Roadkill? He goes, sure. When? Like, you're gonna be on a plane today.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell him what we were doing, and I guarantee you by the end of the episode with this vehicle, I will make him load his shorts.
I don't know about that.
It's gonna be great. All right, do you want to hear about this thing?
Yeah, so what's the deal with this? Because I don't do four-wheel drive stuff.
Not a bit, fish out of water.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And this is hardcore rock crawling. Our plan is to drive this thing from here in LA all the way to Moab, Utah for the Easter Jeep Safari. Thing is, you have no idea about this, and the audience might not either. I want to baffle you with the brilliance of this Jeep. So the last time we used it was on an episode of Roadkill Garage, and it had bad tires on it, completely failed. That was season 1, that was 7 years ago. Then I put the tires on it. It hasn't moved in 3 or 4 years.
And how far do we gotta drive?
700 miles, something like that. This was a 1981 Jeep CJ8, which is a scrambler, 10-inch longer wheelbase than a CJ7.
Okay.
The whole front clip on this is from a military Jeep that's called an M38A1.
I've seen those before.
I actually have one in the
Okay.
backyard. It's shorter than this would be from the factory. And check this out. The fenders are attached to the hood, so it has no fenders at all. And that's just for major tire clearance.
So you're talking about the wheelbase is longer on this compared to shorter. What is the benefit of it being longer or shorter, though?
People used to think that a short wheelbase Jeep was more maneuverable around obstacles, but the longer the wheelbase, the more you can climb a hill without rolling over backwards, as I will show you when we get to Moab. This is all tubbed. This is hugely bigger than it would be from the factory. That's to fit big tires. It used to have 40s on it. These are 42s. So the stock scrambler was probably this long. We just shortened it up, just so that it's got less overhang in the back so you can climb a steeper obstacle without dragging the ground.
It looks like the wheelbase is more forward on this.
Good eye. I think it's a 106-inch wheelbase, so the axle's been moved forward 2 inches. I'll show you the motor, though. It's a 350 small block Chevy. It makes no power. It's just a regular old crate engine. Quadrajet carburetor, the best carburetor for off-road. Custom fabricated like battery tray that I've messed up with a bunch of wiring. It's got the air lockers, and the transmission is an NV4500, which is like a big Dodger Chevy truck 5-speed.
Okay.
Really low first gear, but it has overdrive. The transfer case is called an Atlas from Advanced Adapters, and it's 4-to-1 ratio. And then the axles have 717 gears in them. So the whole point is you can put this in low range, first gear, and you can get out of the thing and it'll go boom, 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 boom. It'll just chug along. Now, suspension, the springs have been moved from under the axle to on top of the axle. It's got the high knuckle steering. You can see all of the steering stuff is above the leaf spring. And you can see that all of the steering arms and everything are custom fabricated. This is really old school suspension. You ready for starting? We got neutral, and I set the choke. It'll crank for like 30 seconds getting fuel up there, and then it'll fire immediately. Getting fuel. Here it comes. Yes, without touching the pedal. Oil pressure means it has oil. Get some air out of that system.
Yeah, we need to replace that whole rubber line.
Yeah.
She's leaking already.
All right, I'm super impressed with me right now because I'm gonna check the diff fluid and probably even the transmission and the transfer case. It's a 7:17 ratio, which is really, really low. That means there's like, you know, 2 teeth on the pinion gear, which means it spins a lot. I'm glad I checked that because I am going to have to goop that. All right, I wanna clean this out and load trail gear. We're doing all this to be able to get to that box, which has good stuff in it. Aluminum foil, invaluable on the trail.
Why?
Because you wrap your burrito in it and warm it on the intake manifold, duh. If this is an axle stub, that means we can break stuff. It is, yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. Freiburger's got the fluids and everything taken care of, and the axles themselves and the rear ends, or whatever you want to call these things in the front that are huge. I'm going ahead and changing the rubber hoses on it because they do go bad and they're breaking. So we're going to change the filter, rubber line, and this thing should be good.
The transfer case has a sight tube in it, but it's old enough. It's got cruddy. Trying to wipe it off so I can see the level. I cannot tell.
So the transfer case is low. What it is the sight tube that's in there, it's clear. It's a pain in the butt to get to. So it's a 2-person deal that he's figured out that if I take this rubber hose, he holds it onto the end, and I give a little squirt, squirt, it fills it. It's so tight in there, there's no way that it can actually get anything in it. Ready?
Yep. All right, stop there. I think it's gonna be good. Let me see it find its level. It's coming down a little. You know, once you shoot it, it fills the tube,
right,
but then it runs out in the gears and stuff and goes down.
One more time?
One more time will be good. Yep. All right, hang with it there. Okay.
You got it?
You got that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I just installed this new weenie-looking air filter that probably looks better than my old one. Cotton is working on fixing the fuel filter in the back.
Going all over the place. On the bottom down there.
Really?
Yeah, down on the bottom.
Here's what we're dealing with. We're trying to put gas in the tank, and it's pouring straight on the ground. The hose that goes from the filler to the side of the tank is just dumping gas, and it'll probably continue to because the gas will splash up there, and if we overfill it, it'll just dump forever.
The problem we found out is the fuel neck itself is junk. Remember the rubber? Junk. So what we end up doing is going to get a new one, which I'm going to cut it down, put it in, then we can put fuel back in this, and then see what happens. Because it wasn't working. And I don't know if it's got gas in it anyways, because the Roadkill way is they don't put gas in. You're probably like, Cotton, why are you using a cutoff wheel to cut that? Well, let me explain this to you. This hose itself has a spiral slinky. That's what we're gonna call it, inside of it. What it does is it holds its form, but anytime there's any pressure or anything like that, it just doesn't. So you need that. Let them know right away if it's leaking. Nothing?
Nothing.
Hi, diggity.
Good work. Thank you for doing that. All right, ready to start it and see what happens?
Yeah. Not a lot of fuel in it.
It runs.
I mean, it ain't as full as I would want it to be, but it's running fine. You gave it gas, it didn't act stupid. The worst that can happen, we put an electric pump on it if we have to.
And I have 2 of them with us. We'll find out tomorrow. My scrambler had been sitting for 4 or 5 years. We totally got the thing going yesterday. Did a lot of little tiny details. Mike Cotton was a complete boss making the fuel system happen.
Oh, you did everything else, though.
But it was a good day. And now is the time we actually have to leave the house and hope that we can drive, I don't know, 700 miles or something to Moab, Utah to 4-wheel this thing.
This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and this is gonna be his first experience in the Jeep.
It's gonna be my first 4-wheel drive, Moab, everything. Okay. This thing's too high, first of all.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Will it run this morning?
Don't say that, yes. Did you pull your choke?
I did. What's going on?
Do that again. You got no fuel.
There we
There we
go. Man. Oh, I know. See it smoking?
What's that mean?
The choke is too much. Oh, well.
It's stuck? Oh, hell.
And we're off.
What? What's the speed we gonna travel at? 4?
65 or 70?
This thing gonna be all over the road at 65 or 70.
Maybe. You know what actually is most impressing me right now? Is that the tires feel round. Sitting for like 4 years like that?
Well, maybe we're sitting so high that we're not supposed to feel the...
Look at the vital signs. This thing's great. What's it running at, 155 degrees?
Yeah, it looks it. About a little less than 160. Your oil pressure is about 50.
Yep.
Look at that. Gauges work. Things are lubed up. We got the gears going. Man, we gonna make it all the way. Yeah, you need to put a motor in here that's got some power.
Yeah, the motor is gutless. I will tell you now, this thing is remarkably awful in sand dunes. It weighs way too much and doesn't have enough power, and the gears in low range are so low that you can't get enough wheel speed. So it's like the worst combination of terrible.
Does more horsepower help in rock hauling?
There's 2 styles. What a lot of guys do these days, they have an automatic, and they'll set themselves up on an obstacle and goose it, and bop, 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 and get up. It works. I'm really old school. I like the stick, I like the low gears. I want to drive elegant. I want to come up to an obstacle and just chug up it at about 300 RPM.
So it really doesn't mean about the horsepower then?
Not a bit. It's all about the gears and torque.
Huh. I can't wait to see what this... I ain't scared of nothing. I'm not scared. Yeah, I am.
We're about 200-ish miles from home, and we pulled over here because look at that traffic jam. The 15 freeway is stopped. As soon as we pulled over here, the Jeep wouldn't crank again, like the battery was dead, and we've also been having a problem where it idles terrible. Man, this thing used to fire up instantly. Something has changed.
Filter's clear, so we know it's not that issue or that filter. We'll just change these plugs. So we've checked the filters. Now we're gonna go straight into changing and checking a plug. That ain't bad. That ain't bad, dude.
No, that's great. But here, if you don't trust that, there. Oops, I went a little bit far there. You might want to fix that for me. I'll just go ahead and work on the carburetor.
Oh, great.
The real issue with the carburetor is probably inside the carburetor.
Like what you're doing there is just clean that.
Yeah, I'm just, basically.
Superficially.
I'm polishing it like cottonwood. This engine used to lug down to 300 RPM in compound low and just chug up rocks. And it won't do that now because it runs bad. So I need to fix this one way or another, or I'm not going to be happy four-wheeling. Now that it's freezing and windy, we've got all the spark plugs changed. There's one spark plug boot over there that is beyond sketch. We don't like it at all. I think it's jumping to the header. I am gonna look for vacuum leaks by spraying the carb cleaner all around the base to see if we can hear the tone of the engine change once it's sucking in the carb cleaner and, combusting it. And then when that doesn't work, I'm gonna do the old man trick of the rev and suck. What I'm gonna do is pick up the RPM, and then I'm gonna clog the primary here with my hand. That increases the airspeed through all the little passages in there, and sometimes, clears up an idle circuit and makes it run right. It's starting to rain, that's perfect.
Hey, do your super suck.
Oh, I'm gonna do the super suck.
Do your super suck.
I promise the super suck. I'm doing the super suck.
This can either be good or it can super suck.
Okay.
Get it?
Rev it up.
So you just choked it and you think that everything just came through and went through. I call it a win. Well, his sucking job that he did, I guess worked. I don't know. It revved up a little bit more.
Admit it.
Then we get back on the road.
We got everything all buttoned up. We think it runs better. We won't really know until it warms up. We're not hopping on the freeway because that's still at a complete standstill. You are about to see your first off-roading experience. That road is supposed to go all the way to Baker, California.
Baker, California.
Yeah.
So we're going off-roading. It's cold,
I'm getting
man.
wet, Cotton. Let's go.
We're going off-roading.
Ready for it to run perfectly?
Always.
Yes.
You sure this is a road, bro?
Yeah. See, this is what it's supposed to do. See how I'm dragging the brakes and it's just lugging down?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's perfect.
that is fixed, baby.
That's how it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
All right.
The old man suck works every time.
I was impressed. I never would have done nothing like that. I just probably cleaned it out, but
This dirt road should go all the way to Baker, California and avoid all that traffic. Look at those poor chumps. And they're not even enjoying the off-roading.
this is awesome. Can you picture driving all the way across the world like this? Woo.
Yeah, this right here with like 8 pounds in the tires would be great.
Look at this vehicle just dead.
Oh, wow.
What is that about?
Stolen,
Oh, yeah. I can see
I
that.
think. All right, here's the lay of the land. First of all, the Jeep is still running poorly. We kind of think that it's running on 7. We should probably change spark plug wires. I'm sure the carburetor's a problem, but I'm trying to deny that. And we're headed back because unfortunately the video van could not hang with the road we were taking to Baker, California.
Oh, there's big cliffs over there. They said cars were stuck.
All right, the problem is Director Brad just cannot drive that Dodge little van to save his life.
You okay?
Yeah, we were just criticizing you on camera for not being able to handle the slightest obstacle in the van.
Excuse me?
4.5 hours to go 20 miles because at 5:30 a.m., a truckload of lithium batteries had spilled and they couldn't clean it up in 20 hours or something like that.
That
We
was
got
insane.
in at 4:30 in the morning. It was really bad.
We did try to go a little off-roading, but that didn't quite work out.
Nah, did not. But the cool thing is, you know how we've been battling this thing running poorly the whole time? I got out at night in traffic and looked at the spark plug wire on the other side, and it's throwing sparks directly to the header.
Yeah.
This morning I woke up after like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And I threw on these clothes. It's not like my normal mufti. This is like
That looks like some Jeepy Jeep.
brand new hat, like from Discovery, and this jacket is so new. I was like, I look like somebody with a rooftop tent.
What you do?
Or perhaps with like, you know, handing ducks out to Jeeps or something like that. It's a little too clean. So I think, there we go. It's gonna help that jacket quite a bit. I'm trying to like patina this thing so that I don't look like such a tool. All right, let's put a spark plug wire on this thing.
Okay.
It needs to run flawlessly at 300 RPM under load. What I'm gonna do is label the cylinder number on each one of the boots here so that I can put them back in the same place. And I'm gonna take all the wires off and pull the cap and rotor off and inspect it. All right, you wanna find out what's going on with the distributor cap?
I hope it's that.
Not really. That is trash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Rotor worse?
There's so much crud in here. You know what the problem is with the Jeep? Is that this fills up when it's raining and goes right to the distributor cap and they always corrode. At this point, you can go, will we ever fix it? It might not happen in time. We might not ever make it to the trail. But we're gonna find out. Oh, dude, how does it even run? Okay, we can clean this up. Can you put it in neutral and just bump it?
Okay.
Go. Stop. The thing I'm cleaning here is called the reluctor wheel, and it's part of the distributor of an electronic ignition. It is a star with 8 points on it, 1 for each cylinder, and this item over here that's blue is called the magnetic pickup. And basically, as the star has a tooth past the magnet, it creates a sine wave that then tells the computer box or the MSD box to actually send a spark out to the cylinder. It's just the trigger instead of ignition points.
So we do have the new parts to fix this, but to be honest, this isn't broke, it's just dirty. I'd rather field repair this thing than anything. So we've done clean up the rotor, the cap, and everything. He's gonna hit it. Let's hopefully it runs good.
I'm not even getting in, I'm not even touching the gas. I'm finding neutral and firing it up.
That's what the choke on?
The choke's still on, it's still on high idle.
Right. Oh,
there you go. I kicked it off the high idle off the choke. It's still on another step. It'll still get lower than this, but I think it's gonna be good. Let's go for the lug test. I'm gonna throw it in low range. We'll see if it'll tug down.
You gonna chug over your jacket?
Oh, dude, this is it. That is it.
Is that how it's supposed to do it?
Yes. That is 300. And will it recover? Yes. Oh, yes. It is fixed. This is the way this thing is supposed to be. We are rock crawling now. Ready for Zion?
Zion, let's go.
Oh, dude.
Oh, this is a lot better for sure.
Yes. This thing also runs way better at RPM.
No miss or nothing, huh?
So good.
Well, you can feel it.
Yes. I'm next level happy, Cotton.
Next level happy?
Next level.
So how long has this Easter Jeep Safari been going on?
Oh, that's a good question. This is like year 56 or 7.
Really?
Something like that. The way it works is they have a number of runs on different trails every day for the days leading up to Easter, and they do a bunch of individual trail runs like what we're gonna go on that are sort of private invitationals.
Okay.
We just went through Virgin, Utah. We crossed the Virgin River, and we're going to the, I think, Grafton Ghost Town.
Ghost, woo! You sure we're going? This sort of looks like we're in somebody's house.
This is the guy I think is where the Land Speed Racer used to live. Pretty sure. Do you see? Yep.
Yeah.
See it? See the streamliner right there?
Yeah, I see it.
Yep. That's him right there. What you're about to see here is what I think is the greatest thing about going on road trips is you never know what to expect, and it's always going to be great if you get off the beaten path. Cotton and I were taking this road to go see a little bit of a ghost town, and I remembered being here a long time ago and seeing something on the side of the road that I confirmed right here today. This is the shop and home of Vesco Racing. This is the Turbinator Streamliner, which is the fastest wheel-driven car on Earth. 503 miles an hour at the Bonneville Salt Flats. And to give you some context, I was the editor of Hot Rod Magazine for like a dozen years plus and very involved in Bonneville racing. And what you're seeing here is the very, very peak of Bonneville racing. The fastest car that's ever run there, the fastest car without thrust on Earth, and just a treasure trove of like memorabilia. So this is the car, this is the man. This is Rick Vesco, and he and his brother Don have been racing for how long?
Forever.
And they were involved in all kinds of racing. They've got timing tags over here from Willow Springs on motorcycles, drag racing, I guess a little street racing, but the big deal has been Bonneville. Here's an interesting thing about top speed racing. If a vehicle is at terminal velocity, it takes 8 times the horsepower to double the speed. So aerodynamics are infinitely more important than the power itself. And the faster you go, the more power gain you need to pick up just a little bit of speed.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's a combination of aerodynamics and small tires, but small tires don't get traction like the bigger tires.
Right.
So that's why we build a four-wheel drive.
How does that work? I mean,
Well, right here, there's a differential, just a right-angle drive gearbox and 1-to-1 ring and pinion. It's got 17-inch tread width here, but 12 in the back. The drivetrain is transferred, the power transfers over to that differential with a big 6-inch wide Gates belt, just like a supercharger belt. It's a 8mm metric.
Right.
Boy, they're
belt.
tough. They are tough. We're
Kevlar.
running 5 times the torque
That it's designed for.
for.
What's interesting, do you notice he said it's a 1-to-1 ring and pinion?
Right.
So there's no gear reduction at all there. So it's actually,
These are turning about 7,500, the wheels.
which means if the engine's turning 16,000, he's got a reduction unit on it.
When we got rid of the Chevys and kept getting on more and more power, we started twisting shafts off. So we dropped it to a 1.17 ratio, and it's still too high geared.
Yeah.
It's about a 560 gear if you add another mile or so.
Right. Man, the ingenuity, homegrown stuff, 500 miles an hour. Look, he's got a Hot Rod Magazine sticker right there.
I sat there and I kept looking in it, and that's why I was like, I could never climb in it and look at life. Like, it's just so tight in here, like you're laying down. And he says he fits in. There ain't no way. There ain't no.
Yeah.
You don't really sit in the car, you wear it.
You wear it, yeah.
I ain't wearing this. This ain't no suit for me. When you start to look at time like that,
Hours.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
that's.
I only run in the 200s, and what I tell people is that 200 miles an hour is a football field a second.
But that ain't, he got you beat.
By, yeah. Legit, that was amazing. Thank
David,
you so much.
Thank you very much for coming. That's good.
It was
to see all of you guys.
Complete surprise to me, but 100% worth it. I'm sorry we got to take off so quick. Well, hope to see you on the salt.
Onward, guys.
Yep.
Have fun. Be safe.
Thank you.
Don't tip over.
I can't guarantee that. You don't expect to turn a corner here and see the fastest.
No, it didn't really sink in. Yeah, it goes 500, and he goes, that's the fastest wheel car. And I'm like, what?
You know, the fastest wheel-driven vehicle
Right.
in the world. All right, we're still on the trail to Grafton. Wow, look at the view.
Dude, you can look at pictures, you can watch TV, but I would never grasp my lifetime on this, because I don't have any cars that'll go down this road. Everything I got's low, so.
Or not running.
I used to like them. I don't like ghost towns, and I don't like old buildings.
I love ghost towns and old buildings and history. I'm glad people are preserving this. After getting in at 4:30 in the morning last night and barely sleeping, it's already been a great day.
Oh, great day.
And now, Zion National Park. We're gonna go through some tunnels and stuff, see some amazing sights, canyons, everything.
I can't wait, because this looks amazing already.
It's gonna get dark soon, and our final destination tonight is gonna be Page, Arizona, so we're cannonballing through the park.
Oh, it feels good. This is awesome.
So colorful. I love the tone of the red earth around here.
So we're gonna go through, you say tunnels?
Yep, there's one up there. The tunnels are in that cliff wall right there.
What?
And then there are observation windows cut through the cliff wall in the tunnel. This is the Zion Mount Carmel Tunnel, completed in 1930. There you go, 1 mile. See, no stopping in tunnel. Isn't it great?
Wow. There ain't no lights in this thing,
Wow.
is
Maybe I can go for the high beams.
there? What?
Whoa. I'm blinding that for us.
This is crazy.
Isn't it? So here's the window right here that I was showing you. See that?
That's amazing.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it might be a 4x4, it might be like a sightseeing trip, it might be Mike Cott instead of Mike Finnegan, I might be too Natalie dressed, but it is still a roadkill, and you can tell by the fact that this garbage keeps breaking down.
Yes.
He's freezing to death.
It's cold.
We were touring Zion here, and I looked down at the floorboards, and I'm like, there's a new wet spot there. It's a clutch master cylinder puking on the inside of the firewall.
Yep.
It's going past the seal and the piston. It's eventually gonna pump all the fluid onto the floorboards. And we're in the middle of Zion National Park, so we're not fixing that anytime soon. So I'm gonna be driving it clutchlessly as much as I can. We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Page, Arizona tonight.
Yeah, and get
He's gonna
warm.
get a nice warm room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and minimize using the clutch pedal so I don't pump all the fluid out. Here's something that you really wanna be able to do if you've got a manual transmission rock crawler, and that is start it in gear while you're on an obstacle so that you're not stepping on the clutch and rolling backwards. I'm not in low range, but I am in first. Let's see if the starter has the power to crank, move the vehicle, and start the engine at the same time. Here we go. Yes.
It worked!
Yes. Horseshoe Bend outside of Page, Arizona, a really famous spot on the Colorado River.
This is amazing.
Except he won't get closer than that.
Nah, it ain't working.
Not working?
No.
Nah, you're right. It's 1,000 feet down. Our Jeep's out in the parking lot, and it's got a couple problems we're gonna have to tinker with this morning.
We're gonna have to.
But tonight, we're gonna make it all the way to Moab.
3 days ago, we were sitting in his driveway. Now we're here.
It's way better.
Dude, this is what road tripping's all about.
And now Jeeping, or at least Jeep fixing. First of all, I'm very perfectionistic about the idle situation.
Yep.
And now it's smooth, but it sort of picks its RPM, so I have to fix that. And I also pointed out when we were in Zion that the clutch master cylinder is puking inside. We searched this whole area and could not find a new one, so I called our friend Dave Chappelle. He's like, yeah, I've been up 20 hours, I'm in Montana somewhere. So I'm gonna just need you to go ahead and stop in Salt Lake City for me and pick up a master cylinder.
And did he?
So he did. So we'll get to that later on. How do you feel about putting on one new spark plug wire to solve the one that you taped?
I think that that's not going to do anything because I put so many, electrical tape on it and they're still arcing through, but we do have that whole other set of wires, so.
We're replacing the one spark plug wire that is burned. We got this Excel set at some part store somewhere. That boot is smaller and further away from the header. That might help us a little bit. All right, with that, I'm gonna move on to carburetor fooling. What I think is happening is that the linkage for that idle up circuit is sticking, so that's what I'm gonna mess with. May I have a zip tie, Mr. Cotton? Thank you, my son. Let's see, there we go. Now does the linkage work and not stick it wide open? All right, Cotton, when you're driving right now, it's not gonna stick it wide open. That's one problem you won't have to worry about.
So technically, it shouldn't rev high, it should still be cold start.
So it's not running awesome, it actually wants to die, but remember, it might want the choke when it's dead cold like this. So we might not have the answer until it warms up. Okay, listen to the engine right now. Now listen when I spray. Hear it pick up RPM? I'm spraying directly at the throttle shaft. The throttle shaft bushing or seal is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what our whole problem is.
For sure. All right, well, nothing I'm gonna do about that. Well, we found a problem. It might not be the problem. So now, Cotton's gonna drive out of here and we're Moab bound.
Did I get in like a Jeeper?
You're failing test number 1.
What do you mean I failed? I got in. This is the highest vehicle I've ever driven.
Get a good view.
You're getting a view of everything.
It's not a hot rod. Man, we've had an amazing day today. Fixed some stuff early this morning, seeing a whole bunch of sights. Right now we're in Monument Valley, and this is the spot that was where Forrest Gump stopped his run. In an earlier episode, we had epic footage of Steve Dulcich running like a gazelle down the middle of the street right here. These competition tires are such soft rubber that even with however many miles we've gone, they're already getting feathered.
Yeah, they're getting cupped hard.
But nonetheless, it's gonna make it to Moab, which is what we're gonna do right now. Then either we're gonna fix the clutch master cylinder or we're not, and we're gonna do some real four-wheeling, and we should connect with Dave Chappelle.
I'm down.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go.
All right, out. It's morning in Moab, Utah. We actually made it. We drove this thing like 550 plus miles. We are at the Easter Jeep Safari that's hosted by the Red Rock Four-Wheelers. It happens every single year. And we have to remove all the parts I don't want to trash, which means the roof, I don't want to lean over into a rock and crack that super rare Scrambler half cab. And then the doors, actually because I want to be able to get in and out easy. And unfortunately, the hood has to go, which makes the Jeep look goofy. But these tires rub these fenders. And now, with 100% more, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Dirthead Dave sort of connected us with the Real Truck trail ride this morning. And
Yeah.
have no idea what's actually gonna happen, but he's gonna stick with us so that I don't get in trouble.
You're cool and all, but your Jeep's cooler.
It's way better. I was surprised how many people already were like, oh man, you brought the Scrambler out.
So
It's cool.
I guess we are heading out of town with our old friend Trent McGee's leading this trip down a dirt road, and then we're gonna get to some sand dunes.
Yeah.
So
And you're driving a butter Jeep. What's the deal with that?
this is the last Jeep that we ever built on dirt every day. It's my 94 YJ. This is probably the smallest, like, most unassuming thing out here.
And we've got the 2 oldest Jeeps in town.
Yeah.
All right, I'm super stoked on it. And Cotton has never been 4-wheeling ever.
I jumped in this thing from the hotel and didn't have no doors, and I felt unsafe.
Well, this is weird. It's like every time I'm around Cotton, I have to fix things.
Hold up.
This episode has been really cool for me because I've been able to get my Jeep out in a long, long time. I'm stoked to see Chappelle. It's just gonna be a good day. It was about 40 minutes in here, big, long, dusty road, and we're the only Jeep with no top, and so we're all covered with dust and everything, which Cotton has never experienced. Everyone's airing their tires down. You just do that for a better ride quality and more traction. Dave told me that these Trepadors tend to pop the inside bead because the sidewall's so stiff, but it's got a bead lock on the outside. So I wanted to go to 5 pounds. He was like, you probably shouldn't do that. So I'm going to 9. This whole area is called the Whitewash Sand Dunes. We're gonna drive through this wash, which is gonna be easy and a lot of fun and sandy, and then we're gonna get into some rocks.
We're getting out of the wash and we're going into the dunes.
Yeah, this sand is not gonna be a problem. Big dunes will be terrible.
It is so cool to see Chappelle.
Yep.
He's a good dude. Plus, you're in his element out here, you know?
Sweet. I love duning.
Oh, this was great.
Here's your first time on Slick Rock right here.
Okay.
We're still in 2-wheel drive, and I've been doing fine on the dune. Have you never driven on a sand dune before?
No, we don't
Really?
have them. We don't have sand dunes.
Wow.
It's
So
like, this is awesome. This is like crazy feeling to me. It's pretty fist bump me. Let's go.
I'm glad you're digging it.
Dude, I love it.
We've been blasting around the dunes. I feel pretty good. I was able to follow Chappelle in 2-wheel drive. I thought this was gonna be way worse than that. I'm still in high range too. Next up, we got a big puddle to go through.
We just got out to this really cool like hidden sand dune section in Moab, and now apparently they've had just torrential downpour because we're about to do some water crossing that's probably 40 inches deep. It's gonna be rad. So we'll see. We might get water in the rig, we might not. I got a camera guy with me. No, we're fine. That Cherokee's making it through. Here we go. Locked it up. That's it for this Jeep. Yep, that was it. We're taking on.
Dude, this is a lot of water. Look at him, he's stuck it.
Hope not.
I hydro-locked it. The Jeep's done.
No way. Oh.
We're gonna have to tow this thing out pretty quick. It's taking on a lot of water.
Okay.
So Chappelle went in before us and it stalled, it had to have, and it hydrolocked it. So that means that the water is inside of it. So don't want to kill it any worse. We're gonna pull it out. And now we in this water and we splitting water all over us.
Yeah, the fan is in.
This is what Roadkill is like.
I'll pull up.
Hey, didn't you make a comment about I always break stuff? He's basically done for today.
Yeah.
See, we drove 7 hours just to help him out.
I think I just roached the motor in this thing. Cotton to the rescue.
Look at the water pouring out of the underside of Dave's Jeep.
This is insane. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a little love. He always says that I broke stuff, but he's breaking stuff because he's getting stuck out in the water. We're gonna pull all the plugs out. Right now we're having an issue with the plug wires, of course, because Dave bought junk plug wires. So we're gonna fix those, turn it over, hopefully get the water out of it, see if it didn't bend the rod because of the hydraulic in there. The water gets in there, goes, so if it's broke, it's on him, not me.
Okay, so we got 3 wet, 3 dry.
Gosh, this is actually the first time I've swamped an engine.
Really?
Yeah. So crank it and see what comes out.
Oh, water's gonna come out.
Ready?
Crank it.
Ready?
Crank it. Oh. Oh,
It's done.
that motor's junked.
Oh no.
Sorry, Dave. Did you want me to drive across this just to show you how it works?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Okay.
Why you gotta be that mean? His heart just broke. Man, this is deep.
It seems so simple now. You just drive through and you don't suck water in the engine, I guess.
That water was all the way up to here.
Yeah, it hit my air filter too, which is now garbage. Okay, Cotton,
What?
real talk.
Okay.
We start to roll, do not grab this.
Don't you grow up like
or
this?
this.
I got that, but why did you real talk me?
Just anything can happen anywhere.
Okay. That's awesome, dude.
Okay, but what if we go down in here?
What do you mean go down in there? We don't even...
Uh-oh. I slipped off the line.
Hey, man.
What do I do? What do I do?
I hope you don't be
What
playing...
do I do, Cotton?
Freiberger, let it chug. Let it chug. Oh, hell. Oh!
How was that?
That was not nice. There is not a path here. You're going up all that?
Yeah.
Man.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Is that rock the problem?
No, you can go back like 10 feet pretty easily.
The problem is my right rear is about to slide
Yeah.
off this thing. There we go. How's it look?
Thing's working like a champ.
Yep.
Got a little papa wheelie going on.
Yep. How am I looking?
You're good. The tires are killing it.
You like the lug? 300 RPM.
It's pretty good.
I love it. I'm not even touching the steering wheel.
Right.
Literally not touching the Jeep.
What a cool Jeep.
I'm a wheeler. That's what he is. Look at that chugga. Oh boy. Have you ever flipped it backwards?
No.
It's so fun. I wish I could go four-wheeling. Cotton, this is nothing like wheeling in the South.
Really?
This is almost nothing like wheeling. All right, Dave guided me through some pretty cool stuff. I had fun. Now Cotton needs to drive. Okay, you are perfectly aligned.
Okay. He believes in me, and I hope you believe in me too. I'm gonna climb this wonderful rock. I'm a rock man. I do not like this. It's creeping along. Come on, creeper. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm leaning forward. I'm leaning forward. Don't you flip. Look at this. Look at this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Chug a chug. I climbing a mountain.
Congratulations, Cotton. You can navigate a speed bump in a supermarket parking lot. You may not be a Jeep or 4x4 guy, but I hope you got a sense of it in the episode, and maybe you'll even want to try it. See, my usual co-host Mike Finnegan is into muscle cars, drag cars, boats, mini trucks. Mike Cotton is into pro street cars, customs, show cars, and I'm into muscle cars, trucks, 4x4s, and land speed racing. So all of our friends' interests are all over the map. The message is, take your kink and share it. Kind of like what I just did with Cotton in the Jeep. You never know what kind of interest you're gonna spark, because inspiring interest in gearhead stuff is really our main goal in every episode of Roadkill.